This is a reading from my newest release, The Hollowing. As the wind picked up, that eerie feeling came over me again, as if someone or something was watching me from somewhere in the distance. Was this the spiral coming for me? Was the creature waiting to make its move for me? The French rose left no real details on what it was like when the spiral ritual first came to fruition, only what it was like when he came to her and brought her the gift. The gift. Just the thought of it sent pleasurable shivers up my spine, my arms prickling with goosebumps under my linen-lined cloak. I suppose others would consider it a curse to be removed from the world of the living and transcend into something more than human. To be reborn into something unfathomable and endless, to step outside of time and watch the world go by ageless and deathless. I couldn't stop the feeling from overtaking me the more I started to think about it, that strained heat sensation coiling in the pit of my belly again. As if it could sense my desire, the wind shifted and picked up, blowing cool air against me that made me loosen the cloak from around my shoulders. I wanted this more than ever. I wanted it to whisk me away above the trees and into the sky and embrace me with its invisible arms. But then it hit me. That sickening void in the bottom of my soul that I struggled to avoid. The gnawing, endless, hollowing emotion that dug around my chest, making wormholes in my heart. Loneliness. Emptiness, the desire to consume until I found something to replace it or placate it, which it was, I could never figure out. Greed blossomed inside of me every time I thought of the spiral, of an immortal companion to guide me along through the ages of time. Just the thought of another that would crave me the way I craved them was enough to start to fill that empty space, of someone who would rise and set each day with their first and last thought of me. Was it that I wanted to live forever, or was it that I wanted to be wanted? It could surely be both. This life was devoid of any real contact with another. Coven was shallow and I danced around its outskirts, never feeling like a real family member, so love was not possible within its walls. Mornhill itself was never any better in terms of prospects. The people were fine, I had no real condemnations about them as a whole, but that was part of the problem. They wobbled back and forth, never concrete in what they believed until someone told them what they should. No one shined in the dark of the night. No one stood out in the pale, empty sea of souls that trembled around me day to day. The only soul of any real substance was Beau. But even when I saw myself mirrored in him, it was the me that could have been. If I had been loved, cherished, raised. That was never me and never could be. I would only ruin Beau the longer I lingered here in this place. When the spiral came, I would slip away into the shadows with it and leave him behind. No matter how much it broke my heart to think I'd never see him again. So lost in thought, I didn't notice the ground beneath my feet turn from stone to dewy grass, my doorstep only a few feet away. I could find it even blindfolded. It was the only place in the world where I currently felt safe. It was a miracle I slept at all within the coven walls. I had to be more exhausted than I realized. The wind that once tugged me was gone, only exaggerating the loneliness that was crawling up my legs, wrapping around me like spiteful vines. Through heavy, tired eyes, I looked up to find a familiar face looking back at me from my doorstep. This is a look I've never seen on you. You're always so astute and knowing, as if you know more than everyone else in the room. I've watched you, but I don't know if you know it. You've always seemed too preoccupied with whatever curious thought is rolling around that little head of yours. Do you watch me the way that I watch you? I've seen you before. Near the brothels. You think you're blocked by the shadows when you watch, but I see you in certain shades of moonlight when it's high enough in the sky. I could never hold a candle to you in that lighting. I knew the first time I saw you that I would make you mine. If you want to know what happens next, The Hollowing is available on Kindle Unlimited, Kindle, Amazon, and Books A Million online. So please feel free to check it out and give it a read. I would appreciate it. And thank you for stopping to watch this video. Bye!